I'm up in the Black Country and I'm seeing a really nice man called Andy, because as you've seen when we pulled the radiator out from the Rolls was a bit manky, and I need to come and see a professional and see how expensive it's going to be to fix up a radiator for a Rolls-Royce. This is Andy, and he had a quick look at the radiator I brought up. And what's the story, mate? What's the story with this Rolls-Royce radiator? Is it complicated, or is it an easy job to do? Or is it any good? Can we fix it, or we have to... What's the score?
Right, so the old radiator, the fins have all rotted. So it needs recoring, a new centerpiece.
Okay, so because it's rotted out in there, that's what we're looking, okay.
So this is a new piece of core for an example.
Yeah.
So I can get a new piece of core, like this size, and recore it, and it'll make it look like a new radiator again. Right,
okay, so because you reckon it's not economical to fix this core?
No, so what I can do is clean the tanks up and the sides, and then solder the tanks onto a new core, and it'll look like a brand new radiator again.
That's brilliant.
That's the way around it.
So basically, it's quite nice to see somebody like you who can still fix Rolls-Royce radiators, because it's far in between you can buy a Rolls-Royce radiator, and if you're going to buy one, it's probably going to be in the same condition as this one.
Yeah, exactly the same. You'll find it'll need recoring. So
yeah, because you're going to have the same fault with it.
Exactly the same condition it'll probably be in than what you've brought.
And what's a good thing about them? They are brass radiators.
Brass radiators. So along here, I can apply heat.
Yeah.
And solder the bottom tank and the top tank onto the new core, and then clean it all up and then pressure test it in the tank.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so in a bath in there. Test
it and then spray it when it's been tested.
So it's going to be literally a brand new radiator once we finish with it.
Radiator, yeah.
Oh, excellent, excellent. What we looking cost-wise, you reckon, to fix this?
To recore this, I'm looking £500 to put a new core in it.
Okay.
That's like a brand new radiator.
So it's a brand new Rolls-Royce radiator, basically 500 quid.
That's it, yeah.
Which is really good, you know, especially if we're talking about an old car. And as you said earlier, just off camera, these are quite a big radiators.
And it's a 4-row core.
Right.
It's a 4-row core that's going in it like for like. So you'll get better cooling. The way the technology's changed now, you'll get a lot better cooling as well. Okay, because technology moved on, so you got a better core, better flow rate in the cores. Yeah, you'll get more. This is like an example. Yeah. How wide the tubes are.
Yeah, so in here on the camera we show like we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 almost, just to have in 3 cores. So it's a lot more, isn't it?
So, and over 4 hours you could end up with another 50, 60 odd extra tubes for a lot better cooling.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, yeah. So we actually not just repairing a radiator, we upgrade it for future-proofing it basically.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what are we going to do now? You got the fire on.
I can now put the torch on and burn a bit of paint off. Warm the old paint off and the dirt.
Oh wow.
When it's all clean, this is how it'll come up like this.
Oh wow.
So
unbelievable. After nearly 50 years.
Yeah, because it's brass tanks, it can always be used again.
Brilliant.
Up. So
it's not like today's throwaway society, isn't it?
Now this can be reused and reused. So as I apply heat all over the old radiator, it'll come up like this. And then
brilliant.
Really clean, and then like you say, it'll be resoldered onto the new core then.
And it's going to be brand new.
It'll be like brand new. When that's painted, it'll look really nice.
You know, this is like, I think it's really cool. You just told me we can basically be upgrading all this radiator as well, because if, you know, I know it's going to be a classic car and not going to be used as much like a daily car, but you're so much future-proofing it for the next 40 years probably, or 50 years.
Yeah.
So whoever going to be the new owner, or I going to be the owner for the next 40 years, my least worry is going to be the radiator, because I know
it's been recalled.
It's recalled, it's going to be brand new, and not to worry.
That's it. And
excellent.
A lot better cooling.
And a lot better cooling. Excellent, thank you. So guys, that's why it's so good to see somebody, a man in a shed like Andy, who can fix up stuff, you know, and mend it, and don't have to buy a new one. Probably, I don't know how much is a new radiator for a Rolls-Royce, but you're probably not going to be able to get one. And you don't need to, because these are all fixable. So it's unnecessary to buy one, because you're not...
Just recore it.
Yeah.
Recore it. As long as it's got brass tanks on it, it can be recored.
Excellent. So I'm going to see Andy roughly about a week or 2 weeks time with a brand new radiator.
That's the plan.
So 2 weeks. While Andy is fixing the radiator in Birmingham for the Rolls, I need to get all the belts off so I can match it up. There is a belt place, I've been told, where they can match it up, so I don't have to pay Rolls-Royce prices, which is I don't want to, because as you noticed, even that radiator is cheap what it is. You know, how much Andy does it is really cheap, but you know, cost can easily add up, especially in a car like this. So taking the bonnet off, measuring up the belts, and I think there is a tensioner I need to rip off because the bearing is gone in there. That was that bit of a noise when the engine was running. So that's the next project. Hopefully I can get it done with all the tools I have in here, and still continuing fixing the Rolls-Royce up in the field. So the belts in question, these long drive belts, which is running the aircon pump, the power steering down from the crank. The other one runs here, if you can see, on a water pump, and we got another belt which goes from here to there to the alternator, which I'm not sure if it's the right number, but this one meant to go there. So I need to figure it out, because I haven't got a clue how to do it yet, and it's really manky. I should clean it, but I'm middle of nowhere, so it's a pain in the backside really. How to take this belt off in here on the field, and I need to get this tensioner off as well, because the bearing is gone in it. So can you hear it? So that's the tensioner. That's the noise. That was the noise. So I need to figure this out really quickly and get these belts. I don't know where I'm gonna order it from. Probably can measure it up and do a bargain. I like my bargains, so I don't know. Really sunny, really hot, and I'm not really dressed for this today. Yeah, and it's very oily already. I might need to come back. I thought I just gonna... Well, trouble is, I thought it's just gonna be one bolt out and I'm gonna rip the belts off, and looks like it's gonna be a bit more involved. So finally, I figured it out. There is a tensioner bolt down there, but I have to loosen this one, that one down there, and this one in here. They 14 mil, whatever is, that's in Imperial. I'm very sorry not to know, because I don't have an Imperial kit on me. So they loose, so these one can, you see, it's quite loose now, so we can get these belts off, figure it out, the size of it. Same as this one, we can get this one off. Yeah, this one is off. Then we can get these ones off as well for the water pump. So you need two of them. And there is another one. And we need one for the alternator. So I'm gonna call all the local shops, all the motor dealers, and just go by the size of the belt instead of go to Rolls-Royce parts, because it's gonna be extraordinarily expensive, I think. And another thing I want as well, which is I really want to replace it, is the hoses for the water pipe. They're alright, but I don't know, especially the bottom hose one, it's gonna be a right pain in the back. So I want to get a new pipe onto this one, which goes on the bottom of the radiator, which is in Birmingham at the minute, and I wouldn't mind to get a new one of these as well. Obviously I'm going to replace all the Jubilee clips because I don't want to keep going back and forward to redo exactly the same job. I mean, this one is easy. I just need to measure up what pipe is it, and I'm just gonna get a silicone pipe or something and just put it in there, even if I have to put bends in it. I'm not fussed about it. Just make sure it's new and it's tidy. So the next thing is I'm gonna get the prices. I'll let you know what prices they are, and hopefully the next picture is gonna be me picking up the radiator from Birmingham. Well, I'm back with the Rolls-Royce this weekend. The radiator is not done yet. I picked up all the bits and bobs. I got the V-belts, a whole set. I took the old ones off, took it down to the place, all measured up, so it's all fine and dandy now. It's cost me 58 pence something, 60 quid for the whole set, for the 5 belts, which I think is a bargain. Since then, we start playing with that pulley. It's 270 quid refurbished. 270 quid, man. So, that's, well, I'm not going to spend that money. You know me, I like my bargains, and I bet you do as well. I know it's a Rolls-Royce, but at the end of the day, the car is made by man. So, I'm going to give you some footage about pulling apart this bearing part. We pulled it apart first in my mate's place. My mate who does the rat rods. I thought like a short is a way. It's a way to do it. He done some Rolls-Royces probably 30 years ago. So, we pulled it apart, but there is another fault with the car which makes that silly little bearing noise. And I hope you can hear it. Alternator. So today actually is a Sunday afternoon, so what else you can do on a Sunday afternoon after I've been helping my other mate with the other project we're doing, that's his car. So I thought like I'm coming down in here, drive down in here today and get that alternator off, and well, I can't really fix it in here, middle of nowhere. I'm gonna take it to my mate's workshop, rip it apart. I'm gonna swap the bearings and check the bushes. If the bush is alright, I don't need to change it, but I guess it's been on the car for so long, so probably it's rip it apart and get it done properly. Well, it's a bit awkward because you have to take this backing plate off first before you can access all the bolts in the back. And I need to take some photo of this, or any record. The blue one, or with the blue tape on, comes to the back, as you can see. And I need to disconnect it once, because we got an earth to go in there. I need to disconnect it from that earth cable. Now I got that cover off, and I got the positive in there, if you see the main positive. So just get that one off. Some point tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna zip it down to my mate's workshop, put it in a vise so I can strip it and change the bearings. Well, I get the right bearings as well, which is gonna be normal ones. So here is your alternator. There is your brush set, goes in there. And as I showed you earlier, oh sorry, very noisy. So I'm just going to measure up the bearings and just going to go down to the bearing place where I got the belts from as well. Just get a pair of them, not a big issue. At least it's resolved. I see the brush kit. I think I looked online, it's about 25 quid for a brush kit for them. So I think I'm just going to go with that, just in a safe side. So I don't want to strip it and strip it and strip it. I want to get it done once and it's done for the next 40-50 years. So I'm in a workshop and the alternator is on a bench and it's time to strip it down. Well, I didn't realize that the camera been turned off because I've been messing with this, trying to work it out. I mean, I used to do alternators, but this seems to be a bit pain in the backside, so the moving part of the armature needs to come out, and you can see the bearing down there. The offending bearing is just feels really stiff. Try to pull it out. It should be just slide out this part, the middle part, and it's not. So I need to figure it out, how to get it out without damaging it too much. Well, it's out. There is the bearing, not even moving, but I just realized it. Had they done it, they soldered these two bits on for the copper rings. It's a bit of a nightmare to do one of these, but hey oh, need to unsolder these, take this one off, then get to the bearing. There you go. One messed up bearing. So that's it. That's the two article I need to change. This one gonna be a pain in the backside. This one is okay to do so, and that's it. Now that's all apart, I need to hunt for some bearings. There should be just a normal regular bearings, nothing special about these ones. So go down to the bearing shop. I'm in AC Batting in Gloucester at the minute, and just to show you, you don't need to pay 300 quid to refurbish your alternator. So these bearings is completely gone, as we show in the workshop. New bearings, cost a fraction. It's less than 20 quid to buy a set. So it's nice to go places like this, meeting nice people, and I got my belts from here as well, so I saved a lot of money on the belts as well. You know, if you go to Rolls-Royce, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. So let's just show you, use your local stores. I'm back with West Mercia Radiator, and behind me, that black radiator is there is the Rolls radiator. Let me show you. So all this has been refurbished now by Andy. Look at it, looks absolutely mint. And the boys is busy working in there, and they're just there. No, that's fine. You just carry on working, guys. You know, it's no problem. So the ready's been done. I'm gonna show you some pictures how Andy refurbished it, and if we're looking inside, I don't know if you can see it. Let's zoom in. It looks absolutely mint. It's well worth to get your radiator tested and done. And if you want to look up these guys, West Mercia Radiators in Birmingham, just look up on them. They're brilliant. I'm gonna leave you the link in the description with some details, some phone numbers, so spot on. Well, this episode is gonna be finishing here, but I just wanna say thank you for every single one of you, because I had so much support through the first film I made, you know, the cheapest Rolls-Royce in the UK. Thank you so much. Can you do me a favor? Many of you not subscribed to this channel. It's more than 90% watching these films not subscribe. Would be a great help if you can subscribe to the channel. And I will be back with the Rolls-Royce project very soon in the new year. I think the next film is coming out on the 2nd of Jan. So stay tuned for that because I'm gonna hitting some serious issues now with the Rolls. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Ta-da!